lives in Wilmington now, right?
Yes.
And from Texas. We were just talking off the camera, guys, and she's actually going to be headed down south soon, eventually.
Yes,
That's her goal. All right. So tell me a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so like you said, I'm originally from Houston, Texas. I've been in Delaware for quite some time now.
Yeah.
Some years, you know?
Yep.
So I guess you could say I started out professionally doing community work. I was a public ally through this program called AmeriCorps, and it really just changed my life. Like, I was able to help people and really find out about like the nonprofit sector and find out my passions.
So what is your passion?
So it's like, I feel like it's like a layered response.
Yeah.
But overall, it's like my two things in life I love to celebrate people, and I love to create experiences.
Yes.
So like, those are like the two things that fuel my everyday life. Yeah.
Do you like it with adults, children, or all mix of everything?
I feel like it overall, when it comes to humans in general,
Yeah.
I've done so many things like after school programs, in
Yeah.
school programs, community events, fundraisers, an event. If you wanted an event, like, hey, I want this, that, and the third, I'm like, I got you.
Yeah.
So it's just about celebrating people and just seeing people just happy after they're like, oh my gosh, I really wanted that result, and it really happened. So
I feel that because I do it too with a nonprofit for I talk to troubled youth.
Okay.
And after I get done talking with them, and you can feel the energy switch from negativity or doubt to like some kind of energy of happiness. It makes you feel good.
And so like, what inspired you to actually want to talk to troubled youth?
Because I was troubled youth.
Okay.
A little history of me is my dad was black, my mom was white. I was raised, in an environment where white people didn't like me at the time when I was younger. And as I got older, I learned at 12 what racism really was. I didn't even know at the time, because who really knows? You're taught that stuff. It's not something you know. So, and then as I got older, my dad, when I turned 16, me and my dad got in this real bad argument that day. The day he died, we got in a bad argument, and I told him I hated him. And that day he died, so like tore my whole life apart, completely apart. And I just went from being a kid that was respectful and doing things right to a kid that just didn't care about life. And I realized what I need. I realize now what you need in life is a mentor or somebody to look up to, like even these positive, like just some of the YouTube positive people or the Instagram, somebody personally to you that can help you just by saying something. A sentence can change a person's life.
It really can though, but like you have to be open to receive that too.
And that's why I feel like this is why I do the outreach, is because of that reason. Because if I can just reach one person out of that crowd, I'm already, like, I feel like I did something good. If I don't reach anybody, then I failed. I failed myself. That's because I didn't give the right information to the right person at the right time. Last one I did, I feel like I reached a lot on that last one I did. So I feel really good with that one.
That's good.
So
that's good.
Let's get back to you, because
I
talk about me all day.
No, I really was curious. I mean, because my background, like, I'm like biracial as well. Like my dad is white and then my mom is black. So I just met my dad 2 years ago though.
Oh, did you?
He's white, yeah.
Oh, really?
So I didn't grow up with nothing white culture,
No,
my stepdad's black too.
Okay.
So it was like, what?
He's white too, like Irish kind of white.
My dad is Irish. McNish is his last name. Like, I'm looking at him like, I'm at the bar like.
And that's where you met him at the bar?
I'm just staring at him.
Like, oh.
I'm like, oh my God.
Did you see the features of you and him though?
I kind of did, but I'm like, you white? Like, I just kept looking like, this is crazy. But yeah, he's like my homie though. It's like crazy.
That's good. I'm glad you guys kind of rekindled that, because I believe in life, like that father figure, even though you had your stepdad, which, trust me, my real dad is my stepdad. Like, my real dad, I don't know him. I didn't know him. He died when I was 8, and before that, I didn't know him anyway. So my stepdad was my real dad. But I do wish that I could have known some things about my, just me, like, or anything, cancer, what can I look forward to one day in life? You know what I mean? But I don't know anything, because I don't know any of that family.
Okay.
So that is a good part. So don't ever take that as like, even if you don't really get along with them, just pick the information that you can get from
You're
them.
right, just kind of pick, and it really, I do cherish it, I do.
Because think about, like, on the women's side of your dad's side of family, right? Because you're a woman. You'd want to know them things. Like, I would want to know, like, okay, is cancer running that family? Does breast cancer run that family? Stuff like that you can't get the information from anybody else but him. Or his mom or somebody like that, So that's what I would want from that, because that's what I can't get. So
you're right.
That's what I would want.
You're right. Gather that information.
Gather
You're
some
right.
information to be
You're
prepared.
right.
Yeah,
definitely.
so
That's true.
it's not like you gotta be best friends with him if he wasn't there. I mean,
Yeah,
it's his fault, not your fault. At the end of the day, you didn't do anything wrong. He did. He did that, not
That's
you.
true.
He chose that life, not you. Just remember that.
Okay.
Don't ever go to a like dark spot on that, because that's nothing you could have done.
You're right. I actually found him on Facebook.
Did you?
So I found him. So you're right. I had to really change my perspective in that, and I actually appreciate you like reiterating that, because it is like a constant thing. Like sometimes I'm really high, where I'm like, oh, we're really doing well right now. Other times I'm like, what's going on?
Because a lot of it is he probably can't understand.
Yeah.
Especially if you don't call him dad, because I wouldn't call him dad. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like that would be a hard thing to call somebody if you had a stepdad that you've called dad your whole life or whatever. Even if you didn't call him dad, like he raised you as a father. So
I always call him dad.
Yeah. So to look at your real dad, be like if my real dad was alive today, with me not knowing him, I'd call him Larry. And I probably wouldn't even call him that. I'd probably just call him. I don't know. I don't even know if I'd share my name with him.
Right? Like, it's just an interesting thing. It's just like nobody kind of teaches you, and you're told so many things, and then it's like you meet this person, and they just want to take shots with you, and you're just like, what's going on?
Because he's trying to be your friend.
I'm like, you're like my shirtless daddy. Like, you're just like doing stuff, but like, so
There's a lot of questions.
It's so many questions.
And that's what I feel like, and I feel like he's probably trying to avoid them.
Yeah.
You know? And
definitely.
As a father, I feel like those are the questions. I beat my kids in the head every day. Like, come on, tell me what y'all need to know. I need to know. I probably annoy them with it, right? But at the end of the day,
they're gonna always cherish, like, really appreciate that.
Yeah. And I know about my children. I know all about what they love, what they don't love, what gets on nerves. You know, so at the end of the day, like those are the questions that if I was your dad, that's what I would be asking. So like, maybe hopefully he'll see this one day and be like, all right, let me go ahead and let me ask these questions to get to what I need to know. Because realistically, coming from that kind of family, and I know because I have 4 kids by all different women. So it's always a struggle. You know what I mean? And I have custody of all of them except for one. I have joint custody. So it's tooth and nails fighting for it. Yeah. So if he wasn't willing to do it, that has nothing to do with you. Just remember that. I can't beat that in your head enough. Because I know that's a stress you probably live with.
Yeah, it's like, okay, now what?
But the questions are there. The questions are there. Ask him. If he doesn't answer them, he's avoided it for a reason.
He is, but I feel like he's that kind of person.
Yeah, and because he did wrong. But at the end of the day, what I would say to him is this. Accept it. Accept the fact of what you did already. It's already over. You've reached out to him now in life.
Yeah, and I'm not even like being bitter. Like I'm not like demeaning him. I'm very like, yo, what's up? I want to know. Yeah, I want to know.
So at the end of the day, he has to get over the fact of judgment because you've been judged. You're how old now?
27.
So you've judged him your whole life. Because,
my whole life.
Because for one, your mom probably did. You did. Like even if your mom doesn't say nothing, sometimes that's worse. Because my mom didn't say nothing to me.
I think not saying anything and hiding stuff and letting me know, because she left. If I tell you my mom's background, if she saw this, my mom was actually a stripper and stuff, and they met at the strip club. And my mom ended up met a guy 2 months later, got married, and that's how I moved out of Texas, you know? So my stepdad kind of like saved us from like, my mom was like, no, like it was the best thing for you. Now she's like a pastor's wife and everything. Yeah,
which is, she changed her life.
She changed her life completely. So
I don't judge nobody.
So my mom, so it's just like, it was such an avoided thing, you know. So with you saying this, right, but it's so true. Like I just got to be open and ask all the questions, and that's what life's about.
And
like
maybe he was just there, and he did something with a stripper, and then he didn't think about the consequences behind that. Yeah. I have a child that I didn't know until he was 7 years old from a situation where I did something I shouldn't have done. Yeah. And had sex with somebody I shouldn't have, right? Yeah. And 7 years later, I find out I have a kid. She didn't even tell me. Oh. I have custody of him now. Yeah. But so he knew. If he knew, that's just something he has to deal with. Like, okay, you did something in your past that you're not proud of. So did your mom. But at the end of the day, you live with it and move on. Yeah. That story will touch more people than it won't. Like, with that little story you just said right now, it's going to touch more people
It's hope out. It's really hope out there. Like, my mom really didn't know this guy. Like, she got married in 2 months and they moved. Now I'm the oldest of 9.
And they're still together.
They're still together.
See?
They're still together, but I mean, times were different. They didn't have social media, blah blah blah.
Yeah, but see,
it was real though.
What I believe is because now I'm happily married, right? And trust me,
that's so good.
It took years. And,
okay.
And even through the beginning of our marriage, it took some years to get to where we're at today.
Okay.
We get on each other's nerves. That's part of life. You're going to do that, right? Mm-hmm. But we know and understand that we're going to grow together and we're going to build together.
Like, that's your partner. Like, yeah, that's...
I build her up to her best potential. She builds me up to my best potential. Because no matter what, she doesn't want to let me down. No matter what, I hate when she's right about doing something that I shouldn't have done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it makes me put 100% effort into whatever I'm doing.
Okay.
Because as me, I'm all over the place. I got 1,000,001 things going on, right? I have businesses. I have meetings all the time. I had a meeting before this one. And I got one after this one.
Yes, so thank you for, squeezing me in a little bit.
Yeah, so like, with everything going on, you have to have somebody that sharpens you every time, right? In between Wynn, Stefan, and my wife, those are who sharpen me. And my kids always sharpen me because I gotta keep them happy. I want to keep them happy too, you know, and keep them moving forward in life. So, I don't even know where I'm going.
I have a question though.
What's that?
How did you know, like, with your wife, right? How did you know, like, I want to marry this, like, I actually want to marry this woman? How does a man know? And how did you know you want to marry this shorty? Like, you was like, yo,
you know,
out of all the shorties in the world, I want to marry you. Like, how do you know?
It's so crazy because when I met my wife, we were, she actually was in here getting a tattoo by somebody else. And I don't stop and talk to clients long.
Okay.
But I'll talk for a minute, you know, because I don't have time to talk long. I found myself talking to her for hours and just hours and hours, right? And I'm like, damn, I just sat here for 4 hours to talk to you. And the conversation was good, right? And I saw a young woman that's trying to do something better for her life, right? And I was like, man, I want to see where this goes, right? Just talking as a friend, though. And it wasn't even on, like, a hookup thing. Because I was married at the time, but I was unhappily married.
Okay.
I knew I was leaving my wife. I just couldn't get the balls up because I wasn't the man I should have been to say, listen, I don't want to be in this relationship, right?
Yeah.
So I was talking to her, but then I ended up, you know, I did some stuff I shouldn't have done with my ex-wife and lied about some things. I should have just been straightforward and said I want to leave. Instead, I did it a different way. So when I met my wife, I just knew. I was like, there's something about her that just appeals to me, and I can't explain it, right? But I blame it on we're both cancer. We're both cancer babies, and I feel like our energy level and our growth.
Yeah.
I saw a lot in her that I saw in me. She outworks me. There's not a lot of people in this world I can say outwork me. Yeah. Because I'll work until I can't work. The other night we were in the house 4 o'clock in the freaking morning. She comes out of the office up to the bed and I'm just shut my laptop. She's like, you're finished? I was like, yeah, you are too? She's like, yep. And we gotta get up at 7:30. So we work. And that's just what it takes. It takes having people around you. And that's why I know that she was the right one. And I knew her before then. I just felt something. And when they say you can't tell, I told her I was going to marry her within like the first month because I knew it.
You knew it.
And this is how you know. Yeah. I know. She left for Afghanistan for a year. And we were only together 3 months. And I stayed with her the whole time when she got back and everything. Like, we bought a house. She wasn't even back a month and we bought a house.
Wow.
You know, remodeled the whole house. Now we bought another house. Now we have so much stuff together, but we also have stuff separate because we keep ourselves sharpened and we keep what she's doing in her career is nothing what I do.
Yeah.
You know, so what I would say is if you're looking for somebody, because that's what it sounds like. It sounds like you're looking.
I was not inquiring about that cancer man. I was just asking because, like, as a young lady that is single, right? It's just like I just find it very interesting, and I like hearing from the masculine form of the energy. Like, how is it? Like, how do you know? Because I can speak as a woman all day, right? Yeah. But I really feel like I have to have a better understanding as well of, like, the masculine mind. Like, how does it operate? How does it work?
Yeah,
like,
and this is the crazy part is, so it's a man and a kid, right? It's a youth and a kid and a man, right? And I just become a man in my heart because now I know 100% I'm faithful to my wife and I'm doing this. Like, I can't say that before. I can say that now.
Yeah.
So, but what it takes is this. It takes, like, understanding 100% that you're willing to die for that woman. You're willing to give everything you got because you know she'd do it for you.
Okay.
We are going to argue and fight, right? But I'm not going to
yeah.
look for somebody in my life. This is the problem we have as men.
Mm-hmm.
We search for the happiness. We search for like, oh, I want to give her, look at her, ooh, you know what I mean? Like that type of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what's in her head? What's in her mind, right?
Okay, yeah.
I don't care about the looks in the body because I look at a 60-year-old and like, ugh.
Yeah.
She might have been the baddest chick in the world back in the day, but at 60, she might not be as bad as she was.
Yeah.
And I know damn well I might not look as bad as I did. You know, I might not look as good as I do later. So eventually, it's not going to be about looks, right? So if you got to get that out of your head, that's what I would say to guys. It's like, get that shit out of your head right there and go into the mind thoughts. Think about what they want to do in life, where they're going in life, what you're going in life. Do your goals match each other? Like, even to kids. Because we had an argument about that for a minute. Like, she wanted more than one more kid. I'm like, 40 years old, I got 4 kids, run after this 3-year-old, I'm out of shape right now. Like, that should be whooping my ass, right? So, like, having another one is going to be hard. Until we have another nanny, I ain't you have it. So, you know, those were situations we had to get through, right? So, I would think, play out the long goals. Stop thinking about short goals. Stop thinking about just the sex of it. Because when you're done, you don't even feel good. You're just like, all right, it's over. And then you look back like, damn, I did that.
No facts.
And especially if they just slept with other people, then you're like, oh, do I got an STD?
Yeah.
What do they say? Like 1 in 5 have herpes or something, and 1 in 5 now have something else. Like, there's like the high numbers. In Delaware, in Delaware's high rated for HIV.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Well, I think I knew that it's like 1 in every something. Yeah.
It's crazy. So like to me, I'm like, all right, that all just plays a part into why I feel like as a man, those are things you should think of. But as a kid, we're not taught that by our parents. As a guy, we're not, like, my dad wasn't around after 16, but till 16, I'm raised by old down south soul motherfucker. Like, listen, I'm old soul as it comes to that part of life. But once I hit that teenage years to adult years, I lost a lot of that. So I feel like now that's what I'm trying to teach my son and teach the kids. Like, okay, you got responsibilities coming eventually. And look at an end goal, what you're trying to do, and that's what I would look for in a woman. And a woman looks for that in a man. Yeah.
So, but I have a question. When did you decide that you weren't going to be a kid anymore, and you were like, I'm a grown up now. What's up? Because you mentioned that.
40.
40. Okay.
When I hit 40.
Okay.
I feel like my whole life changed. I feel like everything in me was like, all right, I've been doing this for so long. I've been just doing business wrong, doing life wrong. It was time to change some things, right?
Okay.
To the point where I was spoiling my kids so much that he's so spoiled that he doesn't even know and understand the concept of money.
Wow.
And I'm like, damn, I fucked that all up. So I'm working on some things.
Yeah.
So
that's a good position to be in.
Life lessons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And growth. I think growth is what you should look for in a relationship, because at the end of the day, you're a teammate. You're a partnership. At the end of the day, when you say I do, it's more about it's an agreement. It's like a business venture. Because if I'm down, you better have my back. Because when you're down, I'm going to have your back.
Yeah.
That's what it needs to be about. And not need to worry about who's on your phone, who you talking to, what's your social media doing. My shit's so linked to everything, he would know if I was cheating. I'm not lying. Everybody would know, because everything I have is in my messages, goes to my computers, goes to everything. And he's got all my email information, all my Instagrams and Facebooks and all that. Because if you're not willing to give up the trust, you can't grow. Yeah. How can you trust somebody and not grow?
That's true.
Trust
is so important.
If I gave you all my trust and I was like, all right, I believe in you, here's 10 grand, let's open a business.
Yeah.
If I believed in you that much to give you that money, then that trust is there. I don't doubt you until I have to doubt you. Yeah. And I shouldn't ever have to doubt you. So that's what a relationship should be. So that's what I would say. And
but that's good. That's good.
You know it as a woman. You guys have that intuition. You know when something's not right. You know it. It's just, it's not hard to tell. Our demeanors change. If anything changes in life, it's always us. Because I feel like a woman can hold it way better than a man can. Yeah. You could be doing it the whole time, because I've been cheated on by my ex-wife with my best friend. Like 2 times. 2 ex-wives. Both times. And never even noticed it. No. Couldn't even have told you it was happening. So a woman, I feel like, can hold it better than a man. So men better be careful, because like you do it and then they got the right to do it back. Like, is that how you feel? I don't feel that that's the way it should happen, but
all that. How do you?
Women do that, and men do that, and men
well,
do
I know men do that. I know.
Women probably more so don't do it because of that reason. Women do it because a man will be a snake and come behind your back and tell your, like, say your ex's best friend comes to you. Yeah. He knows everything personally about that person. Yeah. He starts digging the information into her, and she starts feeling comfortable because you're giving her all the information. So I don't blame the woman.
You don't blame the woman?
I blame the woman because you're in a hard state of mind, but you're also looking for reassurance in life. Like, why was I not good enough? Why was I not this, right?
I mean, I can relate to that because I've been cheated on or whatever, right? But I would never, like, I was around my ex's best friend and stuff, right? And, like, okay, he's around and stuff, he's handsome or whatever, but I was never his face, and I've always been like that. Like, I'm never in.
And he never came to you and tried to tell you stuff either, right?
He was never messy at all. He treated me like his sister.
That's because he's a good friend.
You know what I mean?
At the end of the day, that's just a good friend.
Oh, okay.
That's different. That's different.
I'm like, I wasn't trying to confine, even though he knew everything was going on. I feel like any woman that was in front of him, he's like, "What's up, sis?" You know, whatever.
That's a good friend.
But like, I would never. I don't know.
That's why my best friend to this day is that way, because I met my ex-wife through him, and now we're best friends.
Oh wow.
Because he would say what he felt, but he would leave it at that, and he left it. As that. Yeah. He didn't come to her and be like, "Oh, let me tell you about Larry." This, that, you know. Yeah. That's a real man, though. That's the difference. You just was around real men. But if you put yourself in a predicament where you're not around that right person and you don't know,
vulnerable, you're right. Okay.
It's easy to happen, and it's not on purpose. And next thing you know, you don't know where you're going in life.
Oh Lord!
So friendships are lost and stuff. So that's a deep conversation. I can go deep into that.
I'm ready for it, but I'm just like, okay, we going there.
No, we don't have to go there.
We diving deep.
I'm just telling you because it's personal experiences.
Oh,
Anything I do is just personal experience. Mm-hmm. But for you, you know, when I look at because when he started asking, when Wynn started saying, "Hey, bring her on," I started looking at social media and seeing what you're about, and I'm like, listen. I see the drive in her. I see what she's going for, but what is it that she's like trying to portray in life? Like, what's she trying to get out of life? So I know, and that's why we brought you on, so I can get the information from you.
Oh, okay.
I feel like I didn't see the direction you were going all the way because I don't really look into it as deep as some people do, and most people won't when they get on your social media. Yeah, they're going to see the positivity, and they're going to see some pictures, and they're going to see this, and they're not going to see a direction, right? Mm-hmm. So I feel like that's why we brought you on, was to try to find a direction that you were giving me. And you did that in the first 5 minutes. You said, "Hey, I want to do this, that, and the third. This is my goal. This is
yes." So it's like, I take social media. I stopped trying to figure out. I noticed that my social media is not an art museum. I'm not here to entertain you. I post up with what I want to post up, right? And I stopped trying to prove that I'm busy. I stopped trying to prove that I'm working, or I'm in this meeting, or I met this person today. Yeah. No, I'm good. Yeah. I don't have to prove that. The stuff I show is just like, you know what? Like, sometimes it's hard. Like, and I'm like, yo, I got your back. So I'm trying to align now, having like positive merchandise, and people are trying to get me to do all this other stuff. Maybe it's a book later on in 2020. But
a book is always good.
I love, like, so it's like I used to have a book club called Growing Mind Society and stuff like that. But I really, overall, I love books. I love learning, and it's not really about the book. It's really just about the concept that I'm learning. You know, so it's just I'm always constantly learning. And on a sidebar conversation that we were having over there, I know you mentioned like listening to videos and stuff. You like that's very helpful. Yeah. I love YouTube.
And even with me right now, I'm writing a book, right, and I'm remembering things about me. It brings back emotions and feelings that I also can drive to my children, because now I like see something my child.
I would love to read your book.
It's getting there. It's like he's read it. I've had a couple people read it.
Really?
And it's deep. It gets deep, but I'm still.
I can only imagine.
I'm missing the teenage years because I need to separate from my family to do that. The reason why is
what do you mean, like?
So my teenage years, I get real dark, right? Because I'm telling you, when my dad died, I went into the darkest stage you can get into. I mean, I've disrespected women, men, anybody that wanted it. Can get it, you know what I mean? Like, I was just being disrespectful. Yeah. And that's not who I am. Mm-hmm. But I was just in a dark way. Yeah. So I gotta go somewhere to disconnect from my family to be able to get there. Because when I'm writing this book, I get every emotion. I cried on this book, writing it. I'm happy in this book when I'm writing it. Like, every emotion, I just feel 100%. So
that's so good.
I tried one day to do it, and I realized I was just being a dick all day at home. And I was like, I gotta stop. So I just stopped right there.
But you were pulling. That means, I feel like that's actually a gift as well. Because I love talking about energy and everything. Yeah. I don't feel like we use our superpowers enough.
I use my energy.
I feel like you use your superpowers, and that's like really good that you acknowledge it and that you're honest about it. But that's really good though. I feel like you relive that moment, and you're trying to tell the readers, not trying, but you are telling the readers so we can feel that emotion.
Yeah, too. I want you to feel it just as much, because I feel it from everybody. I feel it from you when we're talking, like, and it's a lot in demeanor and the postures and everything about you. It's kind of like what the CIA and all them do, right?
Oh yeah, they be trying
Except
to
for I'm not trained like that.
Yeah.
I don't even.
But when it's natural, that's like when you know it's real. Because everything, like, we're always communicating. So you're right.
And you can feel it. I can feel when he's all excited. That's why I like doing podcasts. That's why I like when I do when I do a podcast with Win, man. I really enjoy them because we did one yesterday, and it's just the energy we have, right?
Yeah, that's
so
good.
So you feel like you have that too? Like you feel like you can pull energy from people and make it, or no?
Yeah, I feel like I can pretty much read people pretty decently. I've made it to 27 years old. But I feel like it also comes back to what our zodiac is. I know Wynn's a Scorpio, I'm a Scorpio, you're Cancer.
Yeah.
We're water signs, we feel everything.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's just all about being in tune. Because being aware is being alive. So you know.
Being aware is being alive.
That's
you know. That's a hashtag right there.
That
is. You can put that up there somewhere. That's a good one.
Oh, stop. Funny.
Yeah, those are things like, that's inspirational stuff, man, for people. And I feel like that's where you're at. Like you're trying to inspire people, and I feel like you are working your way into that, doing that. Even if you don't see it, I can tell you are. Because Wynn don't bring me anybody. He doesn't. He doesn't bring people to me. He doesn't say, hey, bring this person on. He'll say, what do you think about this person?
Yeah.
He asked me to bring you on.
Really?
Because he felt like you were a good part for this. So that shows you that you are doing something right for somebody. Because
Thank you, Wayne.
He's too damn busy to be doing that to pay attention like that. So I don't know how he even pays attention. Because I got him doing so many things, I feel bad.
Oh.
I'm going to hear him having
He got it, though. He got it.
Oh, he's got it.
Yeah.
He's got it. I don't know how. But he's got it. We'll figure that out.
He got it.
That'll be a book later. That'll be his book.
Wynn got it.
Yeah.
Hey.
That'll be his book. We'll get to that part.
Yes.
So what do you feel like your goal is in life? Like at the end, where do you feel like you'll be able to say, I made it to this point?
I've made it.
Like if you wanted to, because you're trying to build a brand and a company, or are you just trying to do this like as just like because you love to do what you're doing?
Oh, so like the work that I do now, like for businesses and stuff, I do marketing and social media management. I've been doing that for a number of years. That's what's keeping me like.
For you or for another company?
For another company.
Okay.
For other companies, I'm going to say.
So you subcontract out?
Yes, I subcontract out. I also work with other creatives. So if I'm like, hey, we had a consultation, I find out like what you need and what's going on. If I don't know how to do something, I work with like a team of creatives as well.
Yeah.
But I'm always like, oh, I know this person. So I'm just very resourceful when it comes to that and figuring out different things. Well,
I get called the plug all the time. So.
I like being, I like just having, I say that I'm, like when there's a problem, I like finding a solution.
Yeah.
So when businesses talk to me, I'm like, listen, it's going to be creative, maybe a little outlandish, but I got your solution. Like, I got your back.
Yes.
So people know when they come to me, it's like problem solution. Yes. So I work with like a number of politicians in Wilmington as well, like behind the scenes in their campaign, figuring out different things. That's been keeping me afloat. Like behind the scenes, it's just like I don't believe in putting out everything I do. But if you want a consultation, the link is in the bio. We can get to talking.
Yeah.
You know
what's funny is, honestly, the meeting I just had on the phone sounds exactly like what you're doing. They're just on a little bit of a higher level because
probably on a micro. I'm on a micro level, not macro.
No, he's been 15 years in industry.
Yeah, he's been.
So they have Cardi B, they have Mike Mills, they have like bigger people, right?
Yeah.
But you're there. You're headed there. You know what I mean? Like you're headed that ladder because eventually it's just gonna take one person to see you and be like, okay, I like her energy. I feel what she's saying. I want to do this. So how you say you don't put it out there? Put it out there.
See, I drop it here and there. Wynn's followed me like a little bit. I've dropped it here and there, but people. So I like networking. Like so, it's like the way I get my bills paid full time. I do this full time.
Yeah. So
it's like since stuff has switched virtually, right? But it's like I'm more behind the scenes. But people have been saying, "Oh, you should do your recruitment where it's more." out loud and stuff. But I just be getting nervous because.
No, stop. Stop right there. We had a conversation the other day.
Okay.
And do you know the definition behind humble?
Humble.
No,
humble.
Right?
No.
That's what you're trying to be, is humble, right? Is that what you feel like you're trying to be more humble because you don't do it, or what?
No, it's not. It's not about humble. So in life, something that keeps coming to me is position, right? You have to position yourself for different things, right? And I'm like, okay, how do I want to position myself on social media where it's just like people are just looking? A lot of my clients aren't on Instagram scrolling.
Yeah.
They're just people scrolling. You know, my clients are people like, hey, I talked to the CEO of Boys and Girls Club. They want X, Y, and Z, you know? So it's different. So I don't want to come off like I'm being gaudy on my social media when my clientele isn't really on there.
Yeah.
And really my clientele is people like relationships or emails. Like it's just a different, a different connection. But I don't know. It's like I don't know how to position myself on Instagram sometimes where I'm not, people just know me like, oh, she's volunteering, but really I'm working with a client, you know, like.
But this is what I would say.
So I don't know.
Don't worry about what other people think, right? Because that's one of the hardest things in business. Mm-hmm. When you hit a part, like I'll give you an example. When I hit, where I'm at today. Yeah. Right before I hit here, I had to deal with a lot of negativity, right? Because of I changed the lane. Yeah. And I'm like, nah, screw that. I don't like the way the industry's going. Yeah. I'm going to show a different way. People didn't like the feedback from it. I did, because in here, when you walked in here, everybody felt better. But all the outside people were like, oh, no, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I was worried, right? After I stopped worrying about that stuff, numbers, everything, people, like the energy, because it's not about money. The one problem I have in life is people chase the money, right? I stopped chasing money years ago, and now I can't even keep up with it.
That's so good.
So it's not about money. It shouldn't be about the money. It should be about whatever makes you happy. Because if you're chasing something, it has to become an obsession. It has to become a passion, right? To the point where you go nights without sleeping, you go without eating, right? So where you're at, I would say is your transition next would be to me, would be to figure out what it is exactly that you feel like you want to do. Because I feel like what you're doing is great, especially with the schools. Because I love kids, so that kind of like breaks me.
Everybody's mom, like, hey, so yes.
So I like that, and you're already making money doing it. So it's like you can pay your bills, like, because obviously first things first, you gotta be able to feed yourself.
Yeah, so I'm grateful that I'm able to do that, and it's like. It's like that switch comes on. It doesn't go off. It's just like, okay, doing this, doing that. Okay, I'm making money. But it's really like, I'm actually agreeing with you. It's like the wavelength where I don't want to be known for doing so many things. And that was like my struggle too before. Like, I want to just be known for what Vanity wants to be known. And I was hearing different feedback about people saying different things, acting like they know what I'm doing. And I'm like, do I know? Are you paying my bills? So it's like I kind of caught myself like, F social media. I don't want to actually portray like what I'm doing because people are trying to tell me what I'm doing. Yeah. So it's just like
Well, what you do is you take for what they're saying and just figure out what's the hate and what's the real.
Yeah.
And then work with it, because
you're right.
I'll be honest, I did the same thing before we started this whole thing. If you looked at my social media following to my income, you'd be like, this don't even make no sense. But now I only got like 3,400 followers, right? Because I don't really care about social media. Yeah. But what I'm using social media for now is a platform for people to know me and understand what I'm trying to do. That way, my business can grow with me, because it's not right now, especially with everybody being locked in, investors and people that are needing somebody like in what you're doing with the youth or whatever. Yeah. There's people looking for you right now that you don't even know. So when they scroll through your thing, it could be a simple hashtag. Yeah. It could be a simple ad. You could just. It's not about like, oh, I'm volunteering my time here. It's about positivity, youth, whatever it is that you're trying to gear, just hashtag it and then keep posting about it and talking about it so the right person can come along. Because that's what's happened with me throughout this whole thing is like, now I have people coming to me that I never would have thought came to me. Now my end goal is very achievable. Like going to Los Angeles and opening the tattoo shop was not really in the realm of doing right at this moment. It was more like down the road thinking, right? And I was going to Tampa next. Los Angeles was after Tampa because I needed to have the finances to get to that part, because over there it's more expensive. Now I'm already there.
You're already there, and it's happening like tomorrow.
It happened that quick. Like, we weren't even ready.
Yeah, but you position yourself for that, So I feel like when you weren't sure, that's when you was just like, oh, it didn't matter. You know what I mean? But now that you position, it's clear and your focus is different when you can actually channel that and you were like, all right, I have a direct, like I'm focused now.
I'm not clear all the way yet. Don't get it.
But not clear all the way. I'm not saying like all the way, but it becomes clearer and clearer. You know?
Yeah.
Like it becomes
and that's
clearer
what's happening
and clearer.
with you. You can see it. You
I'm
can
like,
see it in this conversation.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm the kind of person where it's like if I don't know something or if I needed to hear it 12 more times, it was meant for me to hear it 12 more times. You understand? So when stuff really be clicking to me, it really be clicking.
Man, I listen to it. And when
be like clicking. So.
I will listen to something over and over and over again until I hear it, until I see it and feel it. Because when you can see it, that's when it's real. Like if you can put what your thoughts are right now, what you're trying to do in your life, right, and you can start seeing your future, then it's there. The only thing next is just figuring out. It's just playing parts. Like, okay, I got to do this to get to that.
You're
and
right.
once I get to here, what's next? Because understand through business, what I can tell you is, I started down low, right? I never would have expected where I'm at today. Never in a million years you couldn't tell me that I would have thought I would be where I'm at today, right? And where I'm going, I would have never thought I'd be going. So, man, it's just keeping focusing on not understanding that you're never going to understand it all, but understand the next step.
Okay.
Figure your end goal, figure out a few steps, and as you go, keep learning. Because as you get up a ladder, and you're like, all right, now I'm here. Okay, I didn't know about corporate. I didn't know about nonprofits. I didn't know the 504, what that was. I didn't know about any of this.
Yeah.
So now I got to figure all this out. And once you figure all this out, because that's where I was at, it's like a whole nother realm of things start to come forward, especially on what you're doing. A 504 would be great for you.
I know.
So like you're at a point where you're just at the next step. It's time for you to take that next step. And don't stop.
Okay.
Do not stop. Don't let somebody on social media tell you that you should stop. Don't let somebody in personal life tell you to stop. If you got a man that you start dating and he starts doubting you, you gotta go. Yeah, he gotta go though. If there's doubt, he's gotta go.
Yeah, you're right.
Unless it's positive doubt. Unless it's like more, okay, what are you doing here? Why are you doing that? What's this for? Like explaining it so that way they understand. Then it's
I like that kind of energy.
Yeah.
I appreciate that kind
That's
of energy.
what I have at home.
That's that's good. So I feel like, that's healthy.
And it helps.
That's healthy.
Yes.
You understand? Yeah, that's healthy.
Because even like I was like, babe, I'm taking my son. He's my oldest. I already took him on one big venture because I did a big business meeting in Florida, a huge one. Well, it was big, not as big as what we're going to this time, but and I took him. And she was like, well, I think you might be taking him too far out. No. He has to see the top to understand it. He got to start down here at the bottom to get to that top. He's getting to see his vision. I'm making him see what he can get. But understand, you're down here cleaning these floors and you're mopping this shop and you're going to do all this and then eventually you'll be there. All I'm doing is trying to help his vision. Yeah. But not on what I do for a living, what he wants to do for a living. So that's where, if you get a man, that's what he needs to understand.
Y'all heard him. Y'all see this?
Yeah, it's just real.
Thank you.
It's real.
That's affirmed. That's affirmed.
Be okay with him being below you. He's got to be okay with that. Because when you start rising, if a lot of men might be intimidated by a woman making more money than them or being in a higher position than them, right? But all that comes from that is growth. Like if you're growing, they should be growing. If they're not growing, they're not for you. Yeah. That's the only reason I'm not with my ex-wife. She's a great woman. Beautiful, great woman, great mom, great everything. Yeah. She just wasn't willing to grow. She wasn't willing to grow with me. And there's no way you can't grow with somebody behind you not wanting to grow with you. Not,
that's so true. Even
if it's just on the emotional and the helping with advertising, helping with something, right? In any shape or form. That's what it takes. So those are all things that you got to play a part on your next step because you're already started.
This is it, guys. I feel like this is like, I needed to like hear this. And when you talk, it's so crazy. Like the people tell you, like when you talk, you're very like it's like do things happen when you talk? Yeah. Oh, okay. I knew that about you. Yeah. I don't know. So it's not crazy. I don't even know him. I knew that. Yeah. Because you're like the way you talk is very like affirmative. It's very
Because I've lived with all this stuff that you're going through right now. I've lived, and I've lived over a lot.
He's an OG. He telling me like, look, okay.
It's just because when you get into business, man, people will start taking advantage of you. Yeah. Money's gonna come and go. You're gonna be.
Well, I've been through that.
you're going to be points for stressing, and you're going to be points where you're balling, and it's just going to keep going and going, right? As long as you can deal with the stress and keep moving forward, who cares? Because the more money you get, the more problems you have.
No, so that's absolutely true.
But once you get to a point of where you get enough money, the trouble doesn't even equivalent to the money, because the money can help you take care of the problems. Right? That's where I'm headed.
Okay.
I'm headed to where financial freedom is always a thing, because even hitting millions of dollars, right? You still have bills, you still have debt, you still have worries, you still have certain things, because say one business that you ventured into might owe some money, but you can't borrow money from somewhere else of another company to pay it without some kind of repercussions of taxes or something, right? So you always have to make sure that you're working your circle. Money needs to stay in your circle.
Okay.
Everything. Money stays in the circle of the shop. Anything this shop needs, this shop provides. I own a tattoo supply store. I own everything that I need for Artistic Editions to float, floats itself. So the money just returns itself.
Okay.
It pays Artistic Edition Tattoo Supply Store. Artistic Editions buys from them. So no, even if I don't have one client, I pay for my own stuff, and I'm getting it at a discount. So I mean,
it cycles. It keeps going.
That's all you gotta figure out.
That's good.
That's where you're at. I feel like you're at that point where now you're like, okay, what's my next step?
Yeah. It's like, cause I'm not scared. Like I'm not scared to fail. Like I've fallen.
So what would be your ultimate?
You see this? I've fallen.
Yeah, but if you were to say, that's why I keep saying, I'm gonna go back to this because I need.
What you want to know?
I need to know what would be your looking back at your 60 self. Say you're 60 years old right now,
I'm 60,
right?
okay.
And you're looking back and you're like, I finally got to where I wanted to be in life, and I can relax, right? What is it that you feel like you would have done to relax? Because I know you say work with people, right? But is it to open up a company to do it? Is it to do it through the world, all over the world? Do you want to travel doing this? Okay. That's what I want to know. I need to know what it is you're trying to do.
So, if I'm 60...
Well, think now.
Okay. I'm like, if I'm 60, it's so much. Like now? Like, what do you mean? So
you work with schools and all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
And you're
I work with schools. I work with businesses. Yes.
As an advisor, right?
My last project, I helped a cleaning business, right? This young lady had a cleaning business. She said, Vanity, I need help with marketing, right? So what I did, I created a Facebook and Instagram ads for her, created graphics for her, redid her Facebook page. Like, so it's marketing. Like, I did marketing, right? So I'm trying to explain to you like little things, right? Okay. That's like one level of me individually working with clients, right? But I also work with a team of creatives where I can find the work for people. I'm more of like a liaison as well. So I can find the work for you. I'm like, oh, okay, I know so-and-so, go ahead. So the same work I was doing for one client, I can book it for somebody else too. Like, I don't have to do everything. But it's through like my company, Vanity Creates. So I do individual marketing, and also when it comes to like large scale marketing. So if your political campaign needs a street team, I hire people from the community. Yep. I pay them, so they don't have to worry. Like, so it's all about figuring out solutions. That's what I say. Yeah. So it can go from like a small thing like, oh, I need an Instagram ad, to being like, oh, I need this, that, and the third. Da, 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 da.
So your mindset is here to me. Your mindset is that still growing, right?
Yeah,
but not
it's like
having an end goal.
Yeah, like, so it's just like right now I'm just paying bills. I know I can do marketing and social media. I know I can create. So like what I said in the beginning, right? I create experiences and I celebrate people. I celebrate people through like the after school programs and the curriculums and all that kind of stuff that's in schools. And with the experiences, right? I love creating experiences, and people know that. So I'm pretty known for that. But it's more like behind the scenes stuff.
So what I would say is, I feel like one of your goals should be, to me, is building a team in a location.
Have like an actual location?
You need a brick and mortar, and you need a team. You need somebody, maybe not even the brick and mortar side of it, but you need a team that you can put together, build websites, have it to where it's so professional looking, even if you're not really at that level yet. Yeah. So that way you grab the attention of the right people. Because when I'm going to look for somebody to do this stuff, I don't know where to look. Instagram is not where I would look.
I wouldn't either.
I would Google. I would ask people around. I would ask questions. I would ask everybody I know. Yeah. And then eventually I would find a person, right? But I would want to see a website. I'd want to feel. Yeah. So I feel like getting a website together, is that something you have already?
Yes.
Yeah, see, so you're already there. Mm-hmm. So my ultimate
But you're
goal,
right, like positioning myself where it's more, so, because I take things, I feel like I haven't created like a whole, like, intern goal when it comes to my marketing and social media business. At the end of the day, it's like I don't want to be the person creating the content. I want to be able to coach people and teach people like with ebooks and different things that actually like people just want to know how to do stuff and how to make money.
Have you started an ebook yet?
No.
Set a goal.
So it's like I worry from ebooks though.
No.
I don't know. So it's like I'll tell anybody else to do an ebook too, and I'll be like, here's how you do it. Here's how you go create one yourself.
No, it's not easy.
Ebooks, there's software out there. I'm not saying it's easy, right? But I just love graphic design and stuff, right? I'm not saying it's easy at all. But my thing is, it's just like
softwares won't do the personal though. Like
so it never.
It's got to come from your heart.
Yeah, so ebooks, I think it's great to have an ebook, right? If you're just like, hey, I'm trying to get out there. I know how to do X, Y, and Z. Like, hey, I know how to do gardening 101. I want to show you how to do it. Here's my ebook. It's $4.99.
See, you're like me. Like, this is the deal. Let me explain to you why I feel like this is where we can relate.
How? Tell me.
Because you said there's software out there, but you don't want to do it because it's about money, right? I'm not giving my ebooks for free.
Yeah.
I'm not charging. And I'm never going to charge for the ebook because that's not what that ebook's about. That ebook is about, I want to see somebody grow, right? So
that's right, but you had that end goal. Like, I didn't even have that end goal. I'm just like, ebook, I don't know.
But you should, because this is what I get from it.
Yeah.
Every time I help somebody grow, I feel so accomplished in life. If I watch one person come up from nothing, I'm like, hell yeah. I can sit back and look at that person like, yeah, they came from nothing. Now I helped pave the way for that person. But I don't need the recognition.
Yeah.
I don't need it. So the ebook is why I feel like that's great, because once the ebook's done, it's from my heart. And you can ask him. It's hard as shit because I'm not using the software.
Yeah.
I'm doing this straight off the head.
You like, okay.
I done sent him 2 ebooks and both of them he been like, hey, enough yet, but we're getting there. Because it's like I gotta kind of form it to the way that people are normally used to seeing things, but I don't do normal.
Yeah.
I don't do normal. I'm gonna give you the ebook the way I feel like how I would want to learn it.
You're an artist. Yeah.
So I'm gonna give you the story and stuff, but I also have to give you the what's gonna fix it, and then there's gonna be more story because I feel like you might not understand it all. Like I'm all over the place when it comes to that, right? So an ebook to me is completely different to what an ebook is statistically supposed to be. That's all. So write yours the way you feel.
I should.
And I
should.
See it.
Okay. I should. Okay.
And the reason why I say it'll work that way for me is because when I invest with people and help people, I invest in them. I don't invest in what they're doing.
You're right. You invest in them. Yeah.
I invest
not
in what they're going in their head.
Yeah.
And if I read something, I'm like, all right, that's why a book would be great, because if I read the book, I'm like, okay, she did that. That was smart. She didn't even know. Oh, she don't know about this. So as you're doing it, like as I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like in my head, all right, I know a few things I can help her already, get her on the next step, right? Because a 504 would bring you into a new realm of people. Because then you have like distribution centers. Like you can do stores, you can do corporate America stuff where people will be like, okay, because even politicians, some can't use you unless you are a nonprofit because they need to be able to tax rate this stuff off, man. They try to keep all their money.
Some of them.
Some of them. The big, when you get up to that good
money. They be, trust me,
that good money.
That good money, I gotta go to New York work for a politician anyway.
Because they want to get that, they want to be able to tax rate that off, because at the end of the day, any money, most people in higher tax brackets are not paying. Like you would be paying if you're down in the lower bracket, right? It's because they're putting their money into something like a nonprofit. So build up a nonprofit, get it. It's not that hard to build.
See, I've helped people build nonprofits and everything, and I've stayed away from it for so long.
Why? There's so many grants you can get from that. There's so much. You can take that nonprofit and open up a little park in the city for kids. Like, you can do so much.
And I've helped renovate parks in Wilmington too. Like I've been like, it's just so crazy. Like,
and then if your name is attached to it.
I know.
And it's not about vanity. It's about vanity, nonprofit organization.
Yeah, it wouldn't be my name at all or anything. But listen, I've teased it. It's so crazy. I feel like I'm talking to my subconscious here. I've teased it so many times. But I've worked with nonprofits and everything. But it's really more so like the dedication that I would really have to think about that.
There's nothing to think about. You know what the next step is, though.
Yeah.
Because that's going to bring you into, because then, like how you keep saying personal. See, you're bringing personal into business when you say, I'm worried about what people are thinking, or I'm worried about them not understanding, right?
Yeah.
If you have a website, you already have everything you got built, right? The only thing that stands you out different now is that nonprofit, because now it's not about vanity. It's about
the mission work, the
whatever that nonprofit is doing in a whole.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. It's not about you or them thinking, oh, she's doing that for donations or she's doing that for profit. Because at the end of the day, you have to live. So at the end of the day, I would tattoo for free if I could.
Yeah.
I got to pay bills. I have a certain lifestyle I live. I have to live that lifestyle.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, that's just what it is. And that's what the nonprofit can help you with. Because you can create a payroll for yourself. It's not like you can't, you know what I mean? So
they get paid in nonprofit. There is money in nonprofits. I don't care what nobody say. So there's money there. There's so many opportunities. It's always ongoing. You don't understand. I was sitting there. I was getting gas at Wawa. I'm hearing like the Wawa Foundation has like extra money, and like I hear this stuff all the time, and it's like.
And then you donate some to some good causes. If you're already building stuff. I don't know why you're talking about it, right? It's like you're doing it, but you're not ready to pull the trigger for yourself because you want to build other people up. But let me explain this to you. You can't build them up past your level.
No, that's so true, and I agree with you.
So your next level is taken to the next level. So now you get that next level money too. At the end of the day.
You're right. And I'm not. Yeah, you're right. I know this is the wake up call because it's been teasing on me, and it's been like I've been flirting with it, and then. I hear different things. Now you're saying it.
My wake up call was last week.
my wake up call is like Wednesday. What's today? May what?
27th.
May 27th.
Yeah.
This is my wake up call.
Good. I'm glad we could help.
Oh my God, this is crazy. Yeah. I'm gonna come back to you and be like, yo, this is my nonprofit now.
I want you to come back to me. I don't need to know anything about finances, right? Because that's not what I'm about.
Yeah.
I'm about your growth. I'll be able to tell when I talk to you.
Oh yeah.
Because when I talk to people about business and stuff, I can go up to as high as I am, right?
Yeah.
And I'm above where you're at, but I haven't forgot where you're at. You know what I mean? Like I still remember starting. I don't remember the very beginning.
Yes.
I'm having a hard time in the ebook with that part because it's like shit, man. I feel like that's the easiest part. Like a little bit of research, you can go a long way.
Yeah.
Figure a couple things out. Here's a couple things you need to know, and this is it. Like,
yes.
I feel like the beginning should just be A, B, C, D. And that is it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Dude.
Yeah, those are simple.
Yeah.
So the nonprofit, that part, once you get to that part, you already know what to do because you work with people. You've helped people build nonprofits. I
was working at a nonprofit for 7 years.
So you know the industry.
See,
I don't know it yet. I'm still working in that realm of things.
So, yeah, it's money. It's definitely money in it. It's ongoing.
And it helps.
Yeah.
The greatest part about it is it always has a positive note to it.
And that's why I love working with nonprofits and everything. I love heart-driven work. Being heart-driven is why it's like I do the things I do. It's like being like, oh my God, I really help, yo. That's really, I like being a part of like, that was awesome. Like, that's a winning team.
And you know what I built my nonprofit for? It's called Next Generation Outcomes. It's because it's for my kids and the kids in the community. Okay. Because all profits are going to go to my children, not me. That's none of my money. I don't want it. I don't need it. Yeah. So it's going to go to my children.
That's
and then
good.
Hopefully that they can keep it going.
Yeah.
In the right direction. To the point it'll become a brick and mortar. It'll become land. It'll become what it needs to be. Just like what we're doing. It's going to become land, brick and mortar, and a studio. It's just what I do. I don't build... My expectations in life are way higher than what most people's are because I already have been to where most people are trying to get to. It's just levels, and as long as you stay around people at that growth pattern, it makes you want to go that growth pattern. Yeah. And with you being around people like that, I can't believe you haven't started that yet. But I'm on you now, because now I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna check in on you.
And there's so many. It's so crazy. Yeah.
Because nonprofit don't take long either. It just takes time for the process. But once your
application and stuff is in, you're set. Yeah. And once you set up everything, get the advisory board popping. We
can get you get going. I just want to see that.
This is it. This is the start of new beginnings. But yeah, I really feel like my life is changing before my eyes though.
That's good.
I really feel that way. Like everything is mad and comfortable. Yeah. But it's real. I'm not scared of it.
And you're working your butt off, right?
Yes, I really am. So
you can't be scared because at the end of the day, you still can breathe.
But I used to be really scared, and I didn't know I was scared though. You understand? Like I had to really like die and then come back to life and then be like, oh, this is what it feels like.
Yeah. Lose it all.
Yes. No, I really like lost it all, and then I'm like, this is not cool. Yeah. I'm very accountable. I'm like addressing my stuff, and then I'm starting over right now. So it's so like it's so refreshing, but it's so like I had to get to the point where it was refreshing, and I could talk about it in a very healthy way, and not be so like not gentle with myself with the healing and be like, oh, I'm a failure. Blah. No one cares. I had to be like, you know what? I gotta get up.
You gotta figure you fall forward.
Yes.
You fail forward. You gotta figure out what it is you did wrong to fix the issue to go back to it.
But I had to learn what that meant all the way to what it means to fall forward. Like I had to really learn what that meant, and I will never forget. Yeah. And I'm here now.
Yeah,
and I'm learning.
I've lost 2 shops. This is my 3rd shop. I've had this one 11 years now.
Though, that's so good though.
But the first 2, I fell forward. The first one was like a train wreck. I came from the streets. You know? I was still street embedded. I still had all that street money. I was still doing street things. Yeah. So that one failed quick. Because police got involved.
Drama.
The second one was more like it was more business oriented, and everything was going good. I still wasn't understanding to put money away. I wasn't understanding about growth or anything. Yeah. I was dumping all my money back into the shop, but I was also dumping a lot of money into myself. So then this shop, I opened up my first few years, my first about 5 years, I was like dumping money into the shop, but dumping money into myself. And everything I was realizing was this. I was dumping money into stuff that didn't grow me any money. It had no value to me. Right? I can't, what's that car do? So you just pull it off a lot. It depreciates value, right? Now it's like, okay, what can I do to up my value? Yeah. It's to grow. So as long as you keep the growth in your mind and just know that it has to go back into your business or whatever venture, creating payrolls, creating employments, creating jobs, that's what you do. That's what you're going to do through your nonprofit. You're going to create jobs. You're going to create everything. You're going to create stuff so that way people can feed and eat. And once you get a team behind you, and you get to the point where you look back and you're like, shit, I got all these employees, right? Now they're feeding off of you. That's the mindset you got to get to. When you get to that mindset and you're like, all right, now that I'm feeding these families, I can't fail. Yeah. I can't fail because I have too many people that I have to feed. That's how I feel. Besides my family, I have a lot of other people I feed. So at the end of the day, I can't fail. And they know I can't fail because I won't fail. I'm gonna fall. If I fail at anything right now, I'm gonna fail forward. I lost last year a lot of money in the development, and I failed forward. I've already regained that income back, and I've already started new incomes, started new payrolls, started new everything. Because at the end of the day, I know what it takes, and that's what it's going to take from you. Once you get to that level, and that's what the nonprofit's going to start you with. New levels.
I'm receiving it. I'm receiving it. Oh, I needed this. I needed this revive session. I'm going to say I needed this.
I needed it. I needed it.
I needed it.
We all need it.
Yes.
Through conversation with business people that have from beginning of business to high business to successful as hell businesses. If everybody just sat down and talked a little bit and understood stuff, you can go further and further in life because there's one conversation away from just understanding one thing that you needed to do.
It really clicks, but that's if you're open to receive. You know, I feel like you can hear anything and people go to all, like, spend money on all these seminars and try to learn all this stuff, but if you're not open to receive, like, I'm like so open to receive. So it's just like I've been just putting it out in the universe too. So
yeah, that's a good thing.
I'm really grateful for this.
Follow, just keep moving. I mean, you're in the right direction.
Okay, you're right.
You already have people backing you 100%. Because I don't bring people on I don't know.
Ooh.
I don't. If I don't know you and I don't feel anything from it, I would have never knew your name. So obviously, somebody felt strong enough to bring you on.
That's true.
So just know you're doing the right thing. So don't ever doubt yourself. Don't ever doubt yourself. Don't, because that's where you're gonna fail.
Okay.
And besides that, I don't think I can tell you anymore because I feel like you already know what you got.
Okay. I hear you. Okay.
And close chapters, like work on your dad's situation, because what I can tell you in business is, if you're spending too much time thinking about something, you need to dead it. If it's not business or family, and it's not growing, it needs to be figured out and taken care of. Okay. Like say you have, I'll give you an example. Say you have a debt, and it's always weighing on your head, right? Figure out a way to get it taken care of and to get it out the way, so that way you can just move forward. Because anything, if you're in a relationship, your dad, with the situation with your father, like maybe just give them a list. Like, here's a list. Can you answer these? We're not in person.
Yeah.
Just give them a fucking list. Like, here, man.
Yeah.
I got a lot of goddamn questions. You just want to keep taking shots. I need these questions answered.
Yeah.
I got to close the chapter. Just something simple as that. Like, help yourself that way. Whenever you're in a down state, because you will get down state, you will have problems, you're going to have issues that you're going to have to deal with.
Yeah.
And once one little issue starts, it creates a whole bunch of doubt and other things. So figure out all the doubt you have in your life and try to just wipe most of it out.
Okay.
Obviously, you're not going to be able to wipe it all out, because there's going to be some debt you might not be able to, throw out the window. But there will be some.
The small little things. Yep. That's what I'm working on, my mindset. Because I used to be like, massive, taking the whole thing. Yep. Now I'm like, okay, one step at a time.
Yes, one step at a time. And that's why I work with businesses. So I do an advisory for big companies, right? And what I do is I come in and I explain to them, when you're growing, right, it's steps. Once you get to a certain level, you can skip like 10, 12 steps, right? But what I can tell you is them 10 to 12 steps create employee, create money, create businesses, create avenues of more revenue. So that's what I help with. That's what I was in Florida for. That's what I'm going to do in my own business. And I do it with the company I'm going with in a few days to go talk to them. I'm going to do it with the guy that's coming in next. And that's what I do with you, is I just try to help figure out the next step. To create the right way to go. That's what I want you to do.
Okay.
I want you to do the same thing. I want you to.
I'm gonna do it.
Get you a little mentor. Get you somebody that looks up to you. Don't pay them, because you can't pay them. If you start treating them like an employee, if you start paying them, you treat them like an employee. If you're not paying them, you treat them like a person, right? So when you're not paying them, most of them pay me because they work with me. I mentor them through a program, and then when they're done, they're ready to go, right? So right now, you're at a level where you just don't even worry about money with them. Just have them follow you, and eventually they're just going to become like an assistant, right? But every time you have a little hiccup or anytime something goes on, you just explain to them, hey, listen, this is what I did. What you're doing is you're building a business behind you that won't let you fail, because they can't, because they're going to always be right there with you. Like, oh, what about this? You did this, that, there. Because you're going to need somebody to give you a little bit of recognition, right? So find you one. And find a young entrepreneur, strong woman. I would say woman, only because that's what you are. You're a strong, independent woman. So find one, and maybe not so independent. Maybe just kind of timid. Maybe been taken advantage of a lot by a man, and show them what it is to be independent. And watch how much better you feel, because as a teacher, you grow. Because you love to show, and then it also gives you doubt of yourself, because you'll see something that they do, and you're like, fuck, I doubt myself for that same dumb thing.
I know.
And when you tell them that, you're like, all right, stop doing that. That's stupid. You're doing it for this. But you're also talking to yourself.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
So that's why I said find you one. And I feel like that'll help you get to that next step. And then maybe have them help you with the nonprofit. Make them, once they're established enough and they understand, okay, I'm going to put you on the board. Obviously,
that'll be a milestone,
That'll be a goal. And once you hit that goal, you're like, because in business, if you don't have goals in your business, if you don't have, because it's numbers, it's analysts, right?
All numbers,
It has to be. And once you get to that point, it's a goal. It's like, all right, now I gotta get to here, right? And that's where we're headed now. That's where I'm headed, is my goals. It's okay, now I gotta hit all these goals. And you gotta work to get them. So if you set them, crush them. Don't just get them, crush them. Never do a goal and just be all right with that one goal. Make sure you crush that goal. And I feel like you go a long way, because you have a good story. And I think writing a book would be good, because I wouldn't even I'd want to read it. Only because of your story, what you came from. I mean, a stripper mom that met a man.
And he met my mom, Winston. My mom, my mom was a stripper and she moved out of Texas. I never told him that. He met my mom before. Yeah, he's seen my mom. My mom is like.
But the thing is that's inspiring, because think of not even just on. Let me explain to you this in the way I can.
Yeah.
Think about that one stripper that's only going to stripping for college or whatever, right?
Yeah.
That is really, or a single mom that just had to do it because they don't have no choice, right? Or just down to a girl that's just doing it to make some money, like a Cardi B.
Yeah.
That was a stepping stone for them to get where they used what they had to get where they had to get, right?
Yeah.
It's there shouldn't be a judgment behind that, right? So, but the woman, your mom can inspire from that. You know, what you can inspire from that, and where y'all came from to what your father, your stepdad does. Like, come on, man, that's a big step.
Oh yeah.
So that's a book, and then where you came from that part, that's just one people that you can inspire, and then yourself as a girl that didn't know her real dad, a mixed lady that didn't even know the white heritage of it all, like nothing because you didn't know them, like, and now you're starting to ask some questions you want to know. Like, that's a story to me.
It's a story.
That's a story to me. I would want to read it. So I feel like a book would probably be good, and I feel like you could probably write a book. Probably better than I could, because I just be all over the place.
What? It's nothing wrong with that, because I feel like we leave out so many details in life because we think people like certain things. But you're so right. You never know what people can relate to. You never know. You never know, because I don't know.
And you can tell you were timid to say what you said at first.
Yeah, I was just like, I don't know, because it's just like one of those things, like
you can't ever forget where you came from.
Yeah, where I came from, it was just so interesting.
It pushes you forward.
Good old Middletown.
You're never gonna go back to that as long as you know you never want to go back. If you can still remember a part of something you didn't like, you're always gonna stay away from that.
You're right.
It's when you forget about it that you go back to it.
Yeah, that's so true. So, and you're like, oh.
Yeah. Why'd I go back here? I hate it down here. I forgot.
I hate it. Right.
That's why I can't fail. Yeah. Because I still remember what it feels like to be homeless. I still remember what it feels like to just wonder where I was going to eat that day. Like, I was sharing dollar menus before I opened this shop up. So, I mean, it was hard. So, you go through a lot in life, and as long as you can remember that stuff, it's never going to allow you to go backwards.
You're right.
So,
you were so right about that.
I'd say write a book, not even if you got to publish it. Shit, to this point, I'm getting to the book. I don't even care if it's published. I'm just liking to reread it because it gives me stuff that I forgot.
Yeah, no, that's so. And once you start writing, it's like sometimes I used to be so scared of writing, because it's like it's real. It's so raw.
Yep.
It's so like I wrote that. Like, and you look at your words and you're just like, what? And yeah.
So definitely do it because I'd read it. I'd want to read it.
You want to read it? Okay. I hear you.
Start with a documentary if you don't feel like you can do a whole book, like just a short documentary.
That'd be kind of cute
because when you do it, watch the way you feel. Because I tell you what, I get lost in my book, and I might.
I can only imagine.
I've rewritten my first chapter probably about 4 times. And I was stupid. I deleted it instead of saving it.
Oh no.
Yeah, I should have saved it and then rewritten it, but I didn't. And then I sent it to him, so that way I can't erase it this time. Even though I'll probably re-erase it and redo some of it. Yeah. Because I want people to understand certain things of it too. Because there's parts to me that it's not for the people, it's for myself. It's like, okay, well, what about that part? Like, why am I not talking about James? Because Charles and James were kids I knew from Ohio. Like, I should have talked more about that because it brings back good memories. Because we didn't have social media when I was younger. Yeah. So when we moved, it was like gone for life. You never see these people again. Phones wasn't really a big thing like that. So it was harder. It
was like real moments where you actually remember like good memories, good times. Yeah.
Nowadays, people remember the phone.
Oh yeah, the phone can die though.
You go to a concert and you're like, I'm watching all these people record the concert. I'm like, you just watched that person live through your phone. You should have stayed home and watched it. Just to brag about it on social media. I'll take a couple pictures, but then I'm watching it because I gotta feel the energy from the person.
Yeah, you want to feel it and actually be there.
So I feel like there's different ways of living now. So that's where we're at.
No, that's facts of life. Facts of life. Goodness.
So I'm glad you came. I'm glad we had this conversation, and I think I'm gonna have to bring you back on in a few months. That way I can see where you're at.
Yeah, give me
I'm
like
gonna hold you
6
accountability.
months.
And you're that way. It's May, so that's what, September, October. So October.
Yeah.
So October 27th.
My birthday's the 25th.
Then we're gonna do October 25th.
October 25th, a milestone.
We're gonna bring her back
of my
on
progress.
The podcast.
I'm gonna be talking different hair.
I want to see the nonprofit. I want to see the growth.
There's definitely gonna be growth there.
And even because I know it takes a while to get the nonprofit all the way established, because you gotta wait for all the paperwork and all that.
But it's more to that. Like, it's about the behind the scenes. The paperwork is like one thing, as we know, but it's all about the mechanics and logistics behind that. So
I want to see all that because Because that's what I'm working on right now. So it'd be fun to see like what somebody else is doing.
Oh, okay.
Because I started a nonprofit. I've been working with troubled youth for 15 years and didn't have a nonprofit. I just started a nonprofit.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, so that's one of the reasons why like I didn't jump on it, because it's like I can still do community stuff, but in a way it's like I'm missing out on like the different grant opportunities and
there's
the
people that work with you.
Yeah.
Because even like with Stevenson, right? They'll work with me, but when you have a nonprofit, it helps. When I go to fairs, when I go to these troubled places, like with troubled youth, like, and I don't look at them as troubled youth. I look at them as gifted minds. Yeah. I look at them as like they have a mind of, if you can take that mindset and change it, it can be gifted. Yeah. Because it's an obsession of something. If we put it in jail, it's because you were obsessed over something so much that you did something legally to do it. Let me show you how to change that into a positive way. Because I can give you show me what you're passionate about, and I can show you how that comes to a session. Because I did it through art, I did it through communication, I've done it through everything in my life I've been built up. So I know how to do that very well, and I love doing that with people because I feel like now that we're done this, I feel so much better.
That's
because
so good.
I feel like
that's good.
I helped you and you helped me. Because now I got to make sure my nonprofit, when you come back, is 100%.
I know, and now I'm like, okay.
Because mine's not shit right now. Mine's a nonprofit. I just built it. I have, the house. I have the people that I need in it, but I don't have the direction all the way yet. And that's what I'm going to a meeting for in a couple of days to put it into a whole circle of the way it should be ran. Because that's the part I'm working on. That's the hardest part.
That's because you can start anything, but it's like I don't want to just start something and just be like, oh, da 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 da. No, I want it to be like the best ever, and I want it to be like, oh, this is solid. It's actually helping people. People are getting paid from these opportunities. Like I want it to be a real resource and not just like one of the thousands of nonprofits that are in Delaware that. See,
I want to use mine to pave ways for children. Like
that's good
youth,
though.
Like salaries and commissions and all that from them. Because like the one kid I'm working with right now, he's in Stevenson. He's got a little situation going on and he might not get out for a while. And he's like, well, when I get out, I'm not going to have anywhere to go. Like I can't go get a job. I was like, listen, if I'm working with you this whole time, if it's 5 to 7 years you're locked up, whatever it is, the whole time you're locked up, if we're working together and all I see is growth and I see positivity and I don't see a bunch of write-ups and the holes and all this stuff, man, like I'll work with you because I know when you get out in 5-7 years you're gonna be a changed man regardless. And if you're not, I want to make sure you're not institutionalized. I want to make sure you're taught. Because when I got locked up, I was away for 3 years. Both my cellies were in there for life. So I'm an 18-year-old kid in jail with 2 lifers, both for murder. So having them teach me some things, it helped me understand, okay, it kept me from being institutionalized to street still. Like, okay, when you get out, Larry, this is what you need to do. Because Rich knew he wasn't getting out. And he was a safecracker. He was really good at what he did. He had a lot of money. He was still making money in jail. So it's not like he wasn't. He was a bona fide hustler. He was like, you need to take this and turn this into something. Let me show you how to do this. So he built me in prison to get out when I got out. And when I got out, because I kept my mouth shut, it helped me on that side of the fence. So I didn't have to worry on that side, plus I was blessed. So the way you are, the way you carry yourself, and what you do with your life is where it's going to take you. And just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Because that's what kept me, and that's what I'm going to do with these kids. Is I'm going to teach them, like, you're in jail, but that's not all it is. Like, you'll be 40 or 50 before you know it. And I spent 3 years in jail 20 years ago. I don't even remember all the days. I just remember some conversations that we had that are really relevant to me today. Like, because in life, what I take from life now is this: everything that happens to you, the memories you keep are the ones that impacted you in some which way. If you were alive for 9/11, you'll remember what you were doing that day. You're going to remember all of coronavirus situations. You're going to remember what you were going through, what you were doing. You're going to remember this day. You know what I mean? There's always going to be something you're going to remember because it was positive memory. So that's what I'm building. It's just positive memories for you kids. So that way they can come out and be positive. So, and they'll have a job when they get out. And that's what I hope to see when you come back. When I keep saying what's your ultimate goal,
I'm gonna be like, guys, they making money.
And this is what you're doing. Like, okay, my organization is doing this. My organization is doing this. but I have a team that does this for me. I have a team that does this for me. Because that's not where you're at yet. But you're getting there. And you already know how to do it. So I feel like it won't be hard.
I'm feeling it.
When you need help with it, you just contact us, and one of us will help you with it, and then we'll stay behind you to help you. And if I don't know, trust me, I got somebody that does know.
Okay.
I have lawyers. I have everybody. I have PR people. I have people all over. And the people I just got off the phone with are very powerful in this industry that I didn't even realize how powerful they were. But he started talking, and I started following people. He was like, yeah, this is one of my guys. I was like, oh shit, follow. Like,
that's good.
This is all new to me. So this is where I'm going. So as I grow, people with me can grow with me. And so I'll help you if there's any questions or concerns.
Okay. I'm going to remember that.
And then Win can help you. Win helps with a lot of stuff.
I know he does. We got to catch up. I know.
He has a lot of the, like you said, you like doing the marketing and stuff like that. And like, he has very good creativity ideas. Like he
really does.
He comes up with some stuff like off of just you, off of the energy you had. So that's why he's an asset. So I would use him.
Okay.
You need it.
Okay, I got you.
He's there for you.
Okay. I know I have to actually like catch up with him. I haven't seen him in so long.
Yeah, well you guys can catch up. Yeah. I got another meeting after this anyway.
Oh, I know. I really appreciate it.
No problem. He's like, can we get Vanity today? I was like, yeah.
I appreciate it.
See, he pushed for you. All
Thank you.
That's your boy right there.
Thank you.
All right, well, I think we're good for today. I think we got a lot of content.
Yes, I have a lot of homework to do.
Yeah.
I feel like you're you are my mentor now. He's like one of my mentors now, guys.
Well, that's good. I'm glad. I like to be a mentor, and I like to have mentors. Okay. So now I'm here for you. Okay. And anytime you need help, I'm telling you, we're here.
All right, thank you.
All right, guys, we're going to get off here today.
Thank you
for stopping by and speaking with Vanity.
Thank you.
And, what can I get from this whole endeavor today? What I get out of this is just growth, independence, acceptance.
Yes.
Acceptance is a big thing. And nonprofits, how important they are to growth of entrepreneurs trying to do something positive in the community. So with that note, guys, just keep a billionaire mindset up, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.